Welcome to another Pygame tutorial. This very tutorial is all about bouncing ball. So the first thing I'll do now is just to import my Pygame itself. Then let's initialize the Pygame. So Pygame dot initialize. Make sure you have your parentheses there. The next thing is I want to set my color. Let's say equals. Let me put my equals there, and for black 0, 0, 0, and close that. So I will also do that for the white color. So for the white color, let's get that there. Equals, that'll be 255, 255, 255. That's for the white color. So I'll now just speed up the definition of all the colors so that I intend to use. Okay, now I have all my colors defined. I might not use it all, but let me just leave it like that for now. So the next thing I'll do is let me get a display. I'll call this is just a variable, display output. That's my display output right there. So the display output will be my screen size. So let's make that 600. Yeah, so that's fine. So the next thing is we just say screen screen dot that screen equals Pygame dot display dot set underscore mode, and that will be the display output itself. So let me just copy that and dump it right there. Yeah, done. So I have my screen in place. Okay, since the height and width of the screen is defined, which is right there, and the next thing is, let me add my caption. That's Pygame dot display dot set underscore caption. So in this case, let me call it I'm just gonna call it bouncing ball. Let's put this, change this to C. Okay, maybe bouncing balls. I intend to use more than one ball. Okay, so let's define a variable. So this variable, I might as well just call it bounce. Okay, let's put an E there. Bounce equals force. So bounce will be a boolean. And the next thing we need to do now is let's get a clock equals Python dot time dot clock. If you're wondering what this is all about, this is just to set it's used to manage how fast the screen will get updated. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, the next thing is we need to now define the following variables just to state where the position of the balls will start from. Or maybe should I just say ball position? Let's say ball underscore position underscore x equals, let's make that 50. So that's for the first ball. The ball in this case will be ball position 1 here, and this one will be ball position 1 underscore y. Okay, so maybe I should just change this. Let's take that back to 5. Okay, now that the starting position of the balls are defined, the next thing is let me get in place, just enter another variable for the speed. So let me just call that speed. Okay, let's just say SPD underscore direction. Okay, underscore X. Let's make that 50. So that's for the X axis. So let's just repeat the same thing for the Y axis. That's for the Y. Because I intend to have more than one ball, so let's just put another one here. I'll call it direction 1. Direction 1. Let's group these two together. That's one, and group these together as well. So the first one here, I'll be using that for the starting position of the balls, and this is for the speed of the balls. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now let's go for a loop. Y, my variable here, bounce, y bounce equals force there. What should happen for event in Pygame dot event dot get. Okay, so this is just to identify that user has carried out an or the user has actually done something. Okay, the next one will be if event equals Pygame dot quit. All right, that means user click the quit button on the far right. So that's what that is for. In that case, that means bounce will be true. Okay, so let's bring this down here. That becomes true. So that is that. So the next thing I'll do is let me just set my and get that out of the way. I will set my screen dot fill. Okay, using the color defined up there, that's black. So that's out of the way as well. Okay, now let's use this Pygame function to get all of our drawing in place. So let me draw the first ball. Pygame dot draw dot circle. Yeah, that's it. Screen, comma. Let's see, what color should I go for? Let me go for maybe green, and I believe I do have a green up there. Yeah, I have a green, might be light green though. Okay, I have a green there, and maybe that's the first one, comma. Then enter the rest of the argument, which is our wrong argument. That will be the ball. Where is it? Right there. Ball position X, let's just a comma, ball position Y, and let's close that. Then the next thing is just the size of the circle right there. So I have my very first ball in place. So the next one, let's just get the second ball in place. So in this case, maybe I should just add +5 there and +5 here, and just change this to something about 10. Okay, that's fine. Before I continue, I think I need to just define the rest. It's taking it some time. Maybe I should just pause it and speed it up. So all I just need to do is copy this and just try to speed that up and just add 1 here. If you guys can remember my variables right there for the balls, there they are. Okay, the next thing is just to move the circle starting point. So let's paste that here, there, and we'll just say equals. That'll be equals the speed right there. and just paste that there. So I might as well just copy that. Let's copy it, repeat exactly the same thing, and change this to Y axis. Change this to Y, add 1 here, change this to Y as well, add the speed. Yeah, the direction has a 1 there. Okay, and this also have a 1 there. Good. So those are the variables here. I've used them right there, and I've used this right here as well. Okay, now the next thing is just to make the ball bounce now. So using if statement, if that's this variable right here, very first one here, paste that there. Let's say it's less than, let's look for the width, the height, that's 600, so let me just call that 500, or let's use an or there, or the second one right there, which is my y-axis, change that to a y, or the y-axis is less than, let me say 10, just to check. Alright, so that is for the y-axis. So I have this will be my y-axis, sorry, y, and we just need to check out the direction now. So in the case of the direction, down the speed, sorry, speed and direction, let's paste that here. Y-axis equals that multiply and minus 1. Okay, that's for the y-axis and the direction. So the next thing is, let me just copy that and just change it to x-axis. I'm gonna just speed it up. So I've finished with this very first ball, so I'm just going to, the first 2 balls, I will copy that now and paste this very one underneath here, and just change this one to 1, 1, and so on. So hopefully it's all ready now. Okay, yeah, that looks more like it, right? But here I need to change the width, because yeah, the width I have 1000 plus there. So let's go for maybe about 950 here and another 950 here, there. Okay, now we are almost there. Okay, the next thing is, let's get the frame now. Okay, clock tick. So I'm going to set it to 60. So that's the limit to, it's limited to 60 frames per second. That's what I've just done here, 60 frames per second. So the next thing is ask the program to get updated. Say pygame.display, okay, dot flip. So just to make it update itself. And the last bit will be just pygame.quit. So paste that right there and say pygame.quit, and that is all to this program. So the next thing is just for us to test it out, but before then, let me just check my codes. Okay, we're just going to try out the program right now. Let's see. And there we go. You can see the balls bouncing around. Look at that, guys. That's beautiful. Well, let's see if I can even add maybe 1 more ball, or maybe 2 more balls. Okay, I've added the third pairs of balls. So I have 1, 2, and 3 right there. In fact, altogether I have 6 balls in place, and those are the variables that I declared. So just take it up so that you guys see all of the codes right there. And the other thing that I've done is I've actually increased the limit of the frame to about 600 right there. So at the end of the day, it's gonna look like a flashing light all over the place. So let me just save this thing first and run it for you guys. That's the 600 right there for the frames. So you see that, guys? That's how the whole bouncing ball tutorial look right now, with all the flashing balls up and down, bouncing everywhere. So with that, I'm just gonna call it the end of this tutorial. But just before then, let me close this and show you guys the codes one more time. Here are the lines of codes. I have not used all of this color mixture, but that's okay. At least you all know how to define the colors now. So those are the codes if you want to have a look at it and maybe make use of it. And that's it. So with that, I'm gonna call it bye for now. So let me just run the program again, and there we go, guys, the bouncing balls. You all have a nice day now.